what emboldens the axis of authoritarians? And I'm talking about two revanchist or revisionist powers on the Eurasian landmass of China and Russia, who pulled into the fold the theocratic dictatorship in Iran, the only hereditary communist dictatorship in the world in North Korea, and people like Maduro and the Cuban army regime. What emboldens them is the perception of weakness. And they saw the West, they thought, hey, they're weak, they're decadent, they're divided. This is our time now. That's the 2015 speech. That's Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin, declaring their undying love for each other, right? The partnership with no limits right before the Beijing Olympics, right before the massive reinvasion of Ukraine. Just a few months after the disastrous, deadly, what I would describe as self-defeat and humiliating withdrawal from Afghanistan. Weakness is what provoked them. The message that they put out in their joint statement was, hey, this is a new era of international relations. Basically, we're in charge now. You're done. Get used to it. And they came together again in 2023. Not coincidentally, around the time when we were having a hard time sustaining support for Ukraine after that massive reinvasion. And they talked about how they're seeing changes as Xi Jinping, Vladimir, we're seeing changes like we haven't seen in 100 years. And you and I are driving them, and Vladimir's like, damn straight, Xi Jinping, we are, And then, of course, what you get is Ayatollah Khamenei sitting in Tehran. He's like, looking at his to-do list. Well, I've got this thing, destroy Israel and kill all the Jews. Maybe now it's time to do that. And so he was able to assemble, relatively unfettered, the ring of fire around Israel, and he lit that ring of fire on October 7, 2023. So now what?